The mood in Cleveland has grown tense, a mix of disbelief and exhaustion. Every press conference now feels like déjà vu. Kevin Stefanski standing behind the podium, repeating the same lines about development and long-term plans, as if words could calm a storm that's already broken loose. His latest refusal to give Shedeur Sanders a real opportunity at quarterback didn't just frustrate fans. It reignited a fire that's been burning beneath this team all season. Because when you peel back the coach speak and the polished professionalism, one truth becomes impossible to ignore. The Browns are wasting time, and Shedeur Sanders is running out of patience. Stefanski's tone is calm, almost rehearsed, but the cracks are starting to show. "We just want to set our guys up for success," he said, his voice measured, his expression unreadable. Yet, everyone listening could feel the hollowness of the statement. Success doesn't come from hesitation. Success doesn't come from benching your most promising talent in favor of safe mediocrity. Cleveland fans have been through this song and dance before. They've watched talented quarterbacks rot on the sidelines while the team stumbles week after week. And now, they're watching it happen again. Only this time, the wasted potential feels even more painful. Because Shedeur isn't just another prospect. He's a symbol of what this franchise could be if only the man in charge had the courage to take a risk. What makes Stefanski's decision so baffling is how transparent it's become. Everyone sees it, the players, the analysts, the fans, yet he keeps clinging to the same script. The Browns' quarterback situation is a nightmare, and his insistence on sticking to the plan sounds more like a cover story than a strategy. The fan base is restless, the locker room feels uncertain, and even the national media is starting to question whether Stefanski truly understands what's at stake. His talk of patience and development might have worked in year one. But this isn't year one. This is desperation disguised as discipline. In his most recent presser, Stefanski doubled down on the narrative. He said he trusts all his players, that he's doing what's best for the team. But those words rang hollow. Because if that were true, Shedeur would already be under center. He's proven everything he needs to prove. The accuracy, the leadership, the poise under pressure. The locker room knows it. The fans know it, and now even the analysts who once defended Stefanski are turning against him. The patience has run thin, and the excuses sound tired. Dan Orlovsky was one of the first to call it out publicly. He didn't sugarcoat it. On live television, he said exactly what Cleveland fans have been shouting for weeks, that it's incredibly disappointing Shedeur Sanders hasn't even been named QB2 yet. His frustration was palpable as he questioned what exactly the Browns were waiting for. "If it's not Shedeur," he said, "what are we even doing here?" It was the question that pierced through the noise, the one that forced the front office to squirm in their seats, because it exposed what everyone had been afraid to admit, that this isn't about development. It's about fear. Fear of shaking up the system. Fear of accountability. Fear of letting go of a plan that's clearly not working. Orlovsky wasn't alone. Across every major sports network, the same question echoed. Why hasn't Shedeur been given his chance? In a league that rewards confidence and adaptability, Stefanski's rigid loyalty to a losing formula feels like sabotage. It's one thing to protect a young player from pressure. It's another to hold him hostage under the guise of growth. And as Cleveland's record slides and the offense sputters, that protection starts to look a lot more like denial, but then came the curveball, one that no one saw coming. During an ESPN segment, Stephen A. Smith dropped a bombshell that sent shockwaves through both the NFL and social media. He revealed that Damian Lillard, yes, the NBA superstar and lifelong Raiders fan, had reportedly suggested that the Las Vegas Raiders make a move for Shedeur Sanders. "I got to admit," Stephen A. said with a grin, "after watching what's going on in Cleveland, I don't blame him one bit." The idea was wild, but it made sense. The Raiders have been desperate for a stable quarterback, and Shedeur has all the makings of a franchise centerpiece. Stephen A. didn't stop there. He leaned into the camera, his voice full of conviction. "I don't know how good Shedeur Sanders is going to be," he said, "but I believe in that brother. I wouldn't mind seeing him in Las Vegas under the bright lights on center stage, because he's got that kind of swag." The words hit hard. It wasn't just commentary, it was prophecy. A public endorsement from one of the most powerful voices in sports media. And suddenly, what was once just frustration in Cleveland started sounding like opportunity elsewhere. Because make no mistake, if the Browns keep benching Shedeur, someone else will give him the stage he deserves. And if that team happens to be Las Vegas, under the city's bright lights and roaring crowds, Cleveland will have no one to blame but itself. Imagine the headlines. Shedeur Sanders leads the Raiders to victory while the Browns struggle to score. It's the kind of storyline that would haunt a franchise for years. Inside the Browns facility, the pressure is becoming unbearable. Every missed throw, every stalled drive, every reporter's question about development feels like another crack in Stefanski's wall. He's running out of ways to explain the unexplainable. Meanwhile, Shedeur continues to carry himself with quiet confidence, practicing harder, staying late, leading the scout team like it's the Super Bowl. The veterans see it. The assistant coaches see it. And deep down, Stefanski sees it too. But his pride won't let him admit it. The truth is, Shedeur doesn't need saving. The Browns do. And the longer Stefanski pretends otherwise, the deeper the hole gets. Because this isn't just about one player's opportunity. It's about the culture of a franchise that keeps running from its own potential. If Shedeur walks, the damage won't end with him. It'll send a message to every future prospect, every talented young quarterback who might have considered wearing the orange and brown. They'll look at Cleveland and see a team that doesn't believe in its own stars until it's too late. The writing's on the wall and it's written in bold letters. Let Shedeur play. Every second he spends on that bench is a second closer to a future where he's wearing another uniform. And if that happens, the Browns won't just lose a quarterback. They'll lose the heart of their next generation. Kevin Stefanski has a decision to make. Not next week, not next month, but now. He can keep pretending that patience equals progress, or he can face reality and give his team the jolt it's been waiting for. Because one way or another, change is coming. The only question left is whether he'll be the one making it, or the one watching it happen from the outside. So what do you think? Has Kevin Stefanski made a massive mistake by refusing to give Shedeur Sanders his chance? Is this about caution or pure stubbornness? And with the Raiders reportedly circling, could we see Shedeur traded before the Browns even realize what they've lost? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more stories from inside the NFL, and turn on the notifications so you never miss the drama as it unfolds. Because in Cleveland, the storm is only just beginning.